I'm going to see if this works. Yes, yes, it is working now. Good, 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 good. Let us begin live, my friends. And all you smart asses to say, oh, I can't read lips. Shut up. Maybe you should get your own show. Let me see what your camera looks like. Oh, you don't have one, do you? I didn't think so. I'm filled with smartasses, but you know what? Welcome. I don't care. I like that attitude. I like the fact that you're sitting there in this ridiculous way of thinking, and I don't care. Now, let me get down to brass tacks. Are you with me on this one? Are you with me? Are you paying attention to this? Because this is important. This is really, really important for you to understand and to grasp what is happening. Okay? You got it? Okay. Now, listen to me and listen carefully. I am trying, my friend, trying very much for you to, good, 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 you're listening. By the way, who mentioned InfoWars? What is InfoWars? InfoWars is terrific. Stay tuned to that one, my friend. Stay tuned. That's all I'm saying. Stay tuned. Oh yeah. Now let's begin with a couple of things here. First and foremost, I don't know where all of a sudden this came from, but all of a sudden, out of the blue, here comes this Nick Fuentes stuff. I've been getting more talk about, hey, I liked your comment on Nick Fuentes. Why? Or Fuentes, as he says. Why? I don't know. He's the hottest thing right now. What is it? It's a bunch of internecine babies jockeying to see who's on top of this scrum. You've got Candace, Tucker, Elon weighing in, Milo, who's been clawing for relevancy, clawing, and they're trying to get back into this thing, and Tucker, and all of a sudden, pushing them out of the way is Nick Fuentes. Now, Nick Fuentes, okay? For some reason, Nick Fuentes is being held out as some kind of arbiter, some type of paragon of purity, and I'm supposed to endorse everything he's ever said. I don't even know what that even means. If Nick Fuentes says anything about blacks, Jews, women, aliens, I don't care. I don't care. I've learned one thing, and this is apparently the truth, and this is something which is very difficult. If you are of certain, if you're a black rapper, if you're Jasmine Crockett, if you're a negress, or if you are a member in good standing of negritude, you can trash white people, and nobody will ever, ever call you out, ask you, do you endorse that? What do you think about this? No. Now let me get this straight and make sure we have some kind of rules. If somebody says something about believing in border security, and I think they are correct, I'm not going to eliminate what they've said regarding border security because they've said something stupid about Catholics or Jews or whatever. It doesn't work like that, because what they're doing is they are piling on this guy like you cannot believe. And when I do that, I smell, ooh, he must be over the target, because you only catch flack when you're over the target. It's also jealousy. Jealousy. Who's this new kid? We're the cool kids. Hey, Tucker. Yeah, Candace. Who's this guy? I don't know. We're the cool kids, aren't we? Yeah. Let me call Milo. Hey, Milo, what do you think? We have to do something about this. Hey, wait a minute, Milo. Did you say something about Candace's husband? Never mind. And then we have Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer she's piling on saying things about, I mean, this one's a tramp, a slut, gay. This is like children. I cannot believe what I'm hearing. I cannot believe. Laura Loomer, one minute she's great, then she says the most horrible things about Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't get this. Look, do you like these people or not? And do me a favor. If the best you can do about somebody is that they're gay, you really aren't very good at this. You really got to go back to school, okay? Because I am Superman, and I can do anything. Okay, I think Michael Stipe said it best. So let me make sure we do this again. I don't endorse all these people. I'm supposed to what? Forget what Candace Owens says now because she said something about Kanye? It doesn't work like that. I decide who's good. I decide who's good. I decide who's relevant. I decide. Not you, not them. I look at what you say. If you say 2 plus 2 is 4 and 2 plus 2 is 4, that's all that it matters. Because you've said something stupid in the past doesn't disqualify the accuracy of what you're saying. You understand that? You understand that? Good. Good. Make sure we understand, because we're not going to let these people tell us who's important and who's not. Now, Nick Fuentes, he's in the middle of what looks like some kind of a prison yard pylon or something. And you can see it in every headline, every stream, everything, every calculated tweet from the major MAGA power brokers or the ones who think that they're the power brokers. And it's happening deliberately and not by accident. In a movement filled with colossal egos and childishness and pettiness. And really, I mean, these people who by virtue, they're like the cool kids and the mean girls. All of a sudden, they're at the cool table at the lunchroom. Who in the hell do these people think they are all of a sudden? I mean, it is so base. But you know what? It's great. It's petty. It's a work. It's wrestling. It's nasty. It's nasty. And it's fun. It's fun. And it must be fun because we've never seen anything like this. When I was a kid, we didn't have Walter Cronkite going after Morley Safer, going after Peter Jennings. No. But we do now. Because a lot of these are insincere, weird people, strange people. Oh, throw in Bilzerian. He's another one. All these guys who were outliers and outcasts, now they're coming back in. Look at Norm Finkelstein. This guy was in exile. He's back again. This is a world of personality. History is about biography, not narrative. Who said that? Something along this. Somebody said this. Somebody said who? Somebody. Biography. Oh God. Let me see. History. Who said this? I'm always checking this. History is about biography. There is no history, only biography. It's been yes, Ralph Waldo Emerson. Yes. There is properly no history, only biography. And it's a wonderful idea. It's important to note that that this is who we are. This is what we're talking about. And the notion that we are in a world today of just loud people, loud voices, loud, obnoxious. It's fun. It's fun. It's like professional wrestling. It's a work. And I've told you what a work is. This is precisely what we're seeing right here. I think it's great. And I got to tell you something right off the bat. I may not like these people, but anybody like Laura Loomer, who is the biggest ball buster of them all. Oh my God. She is brutal. Alex Jones I love it. And Nick Fuentes, who says some good things, but aside from that, they've got outsized egos, and it's fun. Nick Fuentes is the first time who's calling into account. Are you following what he's doing about J.D. Vance and Peter Thiel? They provide little bits of information and connective tissue for you to understand what's happening. It's fantastic. It's so interesting because remember, JD Vance, everybody, Elon, they're a work. They're not telling you what they're supposed to be. And now they're calling each other feds. I love this. These are little children. They're ratting each other out like you're a rat. You're ratting this one out. I mean, this is Sammy the Bull meets Mean Girls. They didn't even, I swear to you, I think. Oh, I forgot to tell you the biggest phony baloney. Charlie Kirk bought, paid for. Oh God. Listen, let me remind you of something. It's about this. Where is he? Yeah, it's about this. It's about our man, the Trumpster. This is the guy. I don't know who these people are. I never signed on for these people. Who the hell are these people? What do they have to do with me? I don't know. But it's funny. You know why? Because I'm petty. So are you. It's fun to see this. But what they're saying is really true. These are smart people talking about this internecine battles that are going on. And going back to Nick Fuentes, this guy is just incredible in this movement of bloated egos and these alliances and allegiances and loyalties and fealty that keep shifting. He has become the convenient lightning rod, the one figure all the other heavyweights can take turns hitting and beating up on. And he's loving it. He's the man. And do me a favor. He said stupid things about you lose your credibility. Blacks, Jews, Christians. What are you doing? What are you doing? He just wants to get it. He just loves that. It's like Madonna every week. Remember Madonna? She ran on, oh, I'm nude. Okay, you're nude. Oh, no, I forgot. Remember her nudity book? And then she's showing up with her ass hanging out because she's trying her best. It's the only way she knows to get attention. My only advice to Nick Fuentes is tell me what you think and lay off this other nonsense. And Candace Owens, she is headed for a collision you can't even imagine. And if I hear one more person who says, yeah, but don't you think that Brigitte Macron is a man? Did you read the complaint? That's just one little smidgen of this. She's her Macron's father. I mean, she's out of her mind. And what Candace Owens is going to find out is once she hits that radioactive, that kryptonite point, they're through. Oh, they will dump her so fast. I've seen this. There's no loyalty among thieves. None. What she's saying is beyond. I saw one the other day. Tell me you saw this one. In a short, to one of those shorts, those things that come along. I didn't even know what the hell this thing was. She says, and I'll tell you why I'm doing this. You want to know why I'm going after Brigitte Macron? Yeah. You want to know why I'm going after Brigitte Macron? I said, yeah. What is it? Why? I'll show you why. And her eyes are waiting. It's some black kid who took a car on a joyride. Did you see this? Did anybody see this? Tell me you saw it. Something about a black kid, little boy. They stole a car. And something about they did it because I don't know, but she's just trying her best. Now, one thing you can do, you gotta understand something. I love the way they're all calling each other gay. Have you noticed this? This is all they have to say. And I don't know how many of them are gay. Now, let me just fill you in on this. I've been around this month. Uncle Lenny hit 67. You know how many gay people I've met? Gay people, freaks, trannies, since before they had a name? Come on, man. I've been around in New York. I've seen stuff. I've seen murders. This is nothing to me. Nothing. Maybe the gay thing has Maybe this fascinates you, but there's nothing fascinating to it. But let me just say this. They keep calling each other gay. Every 5 minutes, you're gay. Milo, according to, I don't know if this is true, according to Fuentes, he's saying things about Candace's husband. I don't know the first thing about her husband. Who the hell knows? I don't know. Who cares? But anyway, they're just doing this. And then Tucker, he's calling this one's gay, you're gay, he's gay. Oh my God. Now, if you don't think this is interesting, it's petty, it's low-hanging fruit, and we love it. Now, that notwithstanding, behind this story, there's a lot to be going or said about what's going on in this country, which is terrific. And what Nick is doing is he's calling out for the first time that these people, these America firsters, whatever, are non-existent. They've turned their back on Trump. I'm not even sure sometimes what Trump is doing. Did you see this group? Did you see Trump in the White House today with Pam Bondi? Pam Bondi looks like her goldfish died. Kash Patel looks like he's freaking out, like he's watching an autopsy for the first time. He just has. Dan Bongino, they told Dan, take a powder, take a walk. Kristi Noem still walking around with her little, she thinks she's some hot little Barbie number. Well, look at me, I'm the DH. I can't believe this. Let me tell you who's damn good. Janine Pirro is kicking ass. I never know that. I frankly thought, well, she's just one of these loudmouth fucks. She's good. And Alina Habba knocked me over with a feather. Knocked me over. She is a badass. U.S. attorney in Jersey. Love it. And then there's Pam Bondi. Que se la mama, Pam. That's it. Que se la mama. It's over. You're just standing. They're just saying, okay, look, you stand there, and then eventually you're going to move over and over and over. You're just not going to see her anymore. Trump's worried more about the ballroom. I love the guy that tell me the White House isn't looking a little tacky. A little tacky. But you know what? Fine. At least he's there. Biden was never there. He was in a Rehoboth. He was manacled or handcuffed to some radiator in a root cellar somewhere watching Matlock. Remember that guy? But I digress. So here comes Nick. And he's spot on. He has pointed out that J.D. Vance, I'll bet you one thing, is going to be one of the biggest phonies you've ever seen. He's like this with Teal. I'm going to say something. Did you buy that hillbilly story? You buy that story? I guess. I mean, I'm not saying it's all fake, but I mean, okay. All right. Because I don't believe nothing. Nothing. So one thing about Trump, he says, I don't have much of a story. I got my money from my father. I built it up into this. I'm a rich guy. I'm a rich kid, and that's it. And I don't wear flannel, and that's it. That's it. I'm who I am. And if you don't like it, tough. All right, but I digress. Where was I? Yes, Nick Fuentes. The one guy that the other folks taking their hits, swatting and smacking the hell out of, even while they're at each other's throat. Now, why is this going on? Because strategically, he's the perfect foil. Too controversial for the mainstream, too unyielding and uncompromising for the donor class, and too unwilling to soften his image for the sake of coalition building. He's a bastard, and it's great. Oh, and let me tell you something. You're going to hear stuff about him. If what I'm hearing is true, back in the blinds and in the dark web of behind the, they are going to, you're going to hear, what did they say? He was incel or something. They're going to, up to and including, he's an alien. He's a woman. He wants to be a woman. He was a woman. He's Macron. Wait, you're going to be, and he's like this, bring it on, dude. He's loving it. And what these schmucks don't understand, including Elon, is ignore him. It's the worst thing to do, but they can't do it because they're sniping. He's like that. Trump's like that. They say stuff. There's no such thing as, well, the dignity. No, there's no dignity. They will say everything and anything. And you know what? I admire them in a weird way. I don't like what they say, but I like the fact that they're such nuts. Now, if you're Milo or Candace or Tucker or Musk, Elon, way back into it, the richest man in the world, he isn't happy enough with this? The richest man in the world? What in the name of God? Why is he even involved in this again? Why? Because he loves it. It's professional wrestling. It's a work. Can you imagine Andrew Carnegie doing this? But keeping Nick Fuentes marginalized kind of makes you look like the reasonable one, even as you're pushing your own loopy agendas. And don't forget Bilzerian, that's another one. And let me tell you something also to make it really complicated. Do you know what changed everything? Do you know what changed everything? That created almost the chimera, Israel. Israel for the longest time. Now, let me give you an idea. Let me give you what we're talking about here. I started this officially in October. My first any kind of talk radio gig, October of 88, all right, 37 years ago. I have seen every iteration of this you can imagine. And in the old days, it was all you had to worry about on radio, whatever, was saying the F word or an F bomb or an F whatever. That was it. That was it. Even the N word, it was the F word. That was it. That was it. That's all they cared about. The N word didn't even come up, but that wasn't, well, the F still was there. But then now it's the I word. It's either Israel or not even Jewish, Israel. Not Jewish, Israel. And that's the thing. This is so nuts. This is where Fuentes makes a mistake. You're an idiot. You keep using the word Jew because if you look, you sound like an anti-Semite. Schmuck, listen to me. If your argument is that I'm arguing about a country's foreign policy, you're okay. We can stand behind you. Yes, you're right. France, Israel, Iran, Jordan, great. But no. See, he's got to go the extra mile. He's got to have the Mogen David. He's got to have these. I mean, all of the tropes and memes of Nazi Germany and the looks and the. What are you doing? You look exactly like they say you are. This ain't about somebody's faith. We don't care about somebody's faith. What are you talking about? Do you really think this is about Hebraic, Abrahamic, Talmudic, shul? And what are you, nuts? That has nothing to do with this. But he can't stop it. This is where, Milo, him too, does that. But this is where our friend Nick Fuentes is a child. He's that little Pex bad boy. He's that always getting him mad. Always. And instead of saying things, he loses credibility where he'll say things about black folks that are just, that's the way you say it? You're mistaking having the guts to say something with having respect or sapience. It's stupid. What are you saying? This is ridiculous. I'm going to tell you right now. Again, he doesn't get it. And there's another, I'm not going to mention this, there's some other ones who just their thing is Jews. And I'm telling you, and the argument can be made, you know what? If you're not anti-Semitic, you sure as hell sound like it. You're backtracking. If I were to talk about, let's say, Rome, and I kept talking about the Italians, you would, after a while, you would say, wait a minute, I think he's got something. Well, they've got a lot of these mafia problems with them Italians. I think you've got a thing about the Italians. I don't think this has anything to do with the mafia or the government. And that's exactly right. So this is where Nick is going to, he hasn't learned yet. He figured this is what brought him to the dance, because people will oftentimes confuse being rude and boorish and careless with somehow speaking the truth. That is, you don't do anybody any good with that. You don't do anybody any good by saying things to make yourself look bad. You sound like an idiot. You hurt the cause by that. You're giving somebody the reason to dismiss what you're saying. And this ain't about the Jews or the Italians or anything else for that matter. It's about foreign policy. It's about rational thought. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Nick has got these people pissed off, and I love it. And the one who is out of her mind, Candace, doesn't know what to do because she sees what's coming. They have told her flat out. Every lawyer I know, where we've read the complaint, we're saying, Candace, this ain't about, hey, she has enormous hands. That ain't what we're talking about. But back to Nikki. Oh, in the nick of time. They want to keep Fuentes on the corner, marginalized. They want to make him like they're just loving this because he's the one. He is the guy everybody's targeting. And these people are they couldn't care less. Do you think that Candace or Milo, I don't know, I'm saying Milo all the time, but he always was somebody, I got to admit, I liked his style. He was almost a kind of a Gore. He was like a poor man's Gore Vidal. A legit Brit, but just a real pain in the ass, dripping, you know what I mean? Just really, just like Oscar Wilde meets Rip Taylor. Does that make any sense? And this guy, Milo, he knows how to pick a fight. It's like the best of the best. Anyway, it reminds me of Dynasty. Remember when Dynasty? Remember that, honey? When was it Crystal or Morgan or what's her name? They would fight each other. It was Crystal and Alexis. Remember they would beat each other up and throw each other in a pool. It was great because it was. I'm sorry, it just is. But they know the value of targeting somebody who draws heat, and that's wrestling. Because he's bringing the heat and they're glomming onto that. Who's the heel? I don't know. In this case, Mr. Fuentes gives him a clean shot at both the national purists and their most inflammatory talking points. He's got it done. And this Milo feller, who all this is coming up, he's framing Fuentes as the unserious enfant terrible. Remember that one? Not because all of a sudden people suddenly care about respectability, but because it positions Milo and Candace and others as a more media-savvy alternative for the Trump-aligned base. Meanwhile, by the way, Trump is lost in all of this. Trump's walking around saying, do you like the ballroom? Nobody cares about the ballroom. Nobody cares about Epstein anymore. You notice that? Nobody cares. We're moved on. Remember, 3 days of uninterrupted discussion, and it's forgotten. Or uninterrupted ignoring. Now, every time our friend Milo dunks on Mr. Fuentes or anybody else, he signals to donors and influencers that he's the sharp, witty provocateur, not Nick, that he's the one who can rally the hardcore without terrifying suburban swing voters. Yeah, right. It doesn't work like that. And then you got this other one. You got the Candace calculation. This one is too much. Remember her whole thing. See, she hates people who aren't authentic. Why? Because she's not authentic. She's projecting. She sees these people in herself. She is this person who has basically fought everything. She has basically said, I am not, I am black, I am a negress, but I'm in, I guess my sensibilities are not, it's certainly not Jasmine Crockett or Maxine One or anybody else for that matter. I'm different. And by the way, it's so old. Armstrong Williams, Ken Hamlin, J.C. Watts. This is forever. Sowell, Walter Williams, great true black intellectuals fighting a cause that is prototypically that of the white person. That's Candace. With her voice, her sound, she's very articulate, very smart, very smart. With the white husband, and she's always attacked. You're not real. You're not black. Yes, I am. So she's lived this. I think she's exactly who she says she is. And that's fine. But also, she went after Kamala Harris. Why? Kamala wasn't black. Again, inauthentic. It drives her nuts. Why? Projecting. There's nothing that she hates more than somebody who reminds her of herself. She's not black. Her grandmother's Irish, or I don't know. In fact, most of us are like this. Whatever. We don't care about this. Now, Candy's coming at Nikki from a different angle. For her, the calculus is brand safety. You see, she's built her empire by being the unapologetic, camera-ready defender of Trump and American first and all that kind of stuff. And she's also savvy enough and smart enough to know that aligning too closely with Nick would make her toxic in mainstream conservative media, if you believe that. By the way, she's gone. Whatever happened to Michelle Malkin? Remember that one? By the way, look up what a Malkin means, right? It's not good, but just beside the point. Now, she's using old Nikki as a cautionary tale. The guy who goes too far. See, don't look at me. He's the one. I'm no Fuentes. He's the nut. And he's loving this. Because in your demented, twist, and sick world, you love people who go too far. Why? Because you don't have to take the heat. They do. You don't have to take the heat for this. They do. You're sitting back and you go, girl. This is great. Hey, I love this. Bring the popcorn. When they get canceled or whatever, Nick's been through more stuff. He's been everything from canceled to no fly list to I think he can't even get an Airbnb. I mean, they came after him full board. One time, somebody who on their deathbed gave him 25 or 26 Bitcoins, like worth of $250,000, right? And he got that and he transferred it from his Coinbase to his Bank of America account, and they froze it. Suspect. They went after him left and right. He has paid. Others have too. Alex paid. Don't forget, Alex is the original first Mac Daddy. Alex is, not them. Alex is. And what is she doing? Candy's reinforcing her own positioning as the firebrand who still knows where the lines are. Every shot she takes at Nick over his rhetoric, by the way, drawing him in because she knows where the numbers are. She draws him in. His social circle, his criticism of J.D. Vance, all of this designed to keep her in the good graces of both the grassroots and the gatekeepers that, well, you'll never see this, but the usual suspects, cable news and others, the RNC donor circus. See, they don't know what to do with this. They don't know what to do with this. And you know who's really scared? Charlie Kirk has realized I am so boring. Charlie Kirk goes to a college and tries to outsmart some 20-year-old and then plays back for you these edited pieces, and you're supposed to say, this is great. Charlie's scared out of his mind. Charlie's boring compared to this. Charlie Kirk is a drip compared to this. I'm sorry to tell you, but it's a God's honest truth. He's as dull can be. So he doesn't know what to do. It's like, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be. And CPAC? Anybody want to go? Hey, anybody want to go see Sean Hannity speak? You want to hear Mike Huckabee? What? Anybody interested in Mark Levin? Good guy, but oh my God. And you know who's so boring right now? Tucker. Remember when Tucker was the most exciting thing? It's the most incredible thing in the world. Tucker's talking about. And now it's like, this is dull. When Tucker said, I didn't know my father was a CIA. Are you kidding me? Tucker, please, please, don't lie to me. Don't. What? What? And here comes Nick. He's just shoving it down their throat, saying, you just don't even care. And you're calling people anyway. Listen, that's this gay thing is it's a big mistake. Be very careful. So here's Tucker. And there's a lot about him that, of course, I admire him because he at first he was like he broke away from Fox. Yeah. It seems like a lifetime ago. He broke away from Fox. Terrific. And now what happens? Nothing. Nothing. Doesn't matter anymore. It's boring. He's boring. Oh, today I've got somebody from the Gaza. Oh. I'm not saying it's not important, but what do you think you are? What? You think you're Judge Napolitano? That's not your style. You know who? Let me tell you, aside a guy who is, I'm blown away by how poignant, how critically important, and how valuable he is. Theo Vaughn, who comes and goes, hey, I'm Theo Vaughn. I did all kinds of drugs. I wear my hat backwards. I'm a redneck and talking about used to do cocaine. Next thing you know, he's one of the most valiant and vital voices for Palestinian rights. And Theo Vaughn, what? What? It's incredible. There's this move. Poor Mark Maron. Now he's trying his best to come. I mean, people are trying to be, but at the top of the heap, Nikki the F. Now Tucker. Okay. What's Tucker's approach? His approach is quieter, but no less effective. He doesn't need to openly attack Fuentes. Simply ignore him to an extent. It's enough to drain oxygen from his rise. But he's talking more and more about him. He's talking more about him, dismissing him. TC knows his platform is a kingmaker, so to speak. Oh, and you know who also is still the smartest of the smart? Watch Joe Rogan. Not getting involved in this crap. Joe Rogan knows who brought him to the dance. His people still like to talk about fighting and pyramids and licking the backsides of frogs and waka haka and all this. I mean, he knows what needs to be done. But if Tucker were smart, he would freeze Fuentes out of interviews and coverage, not even mention him. He would send the message, if you want to be taken seriously in the America First movement, in the ecosystem, by the way, if that even exists, you need to avoid the kind of baggage that Fuentes carries. That should be his message, but it's not the message. See, in one day, you can go from one thing to another. You can be a zero to a hero in one day. And Wikipedia, they don't know what to do. Well, do you know what he said about the Jews? Quit bringing that up. That was then. Everybody said something stupid at one time or another. It doesn't mean anything anymore. You're not going to tell somebody that they're not interesting because of something they said 5 years ago. It doesn't work like that. And meanwhile, you know who's the best one. Tucker's been subtly aligning with Musk on fiscal policy critiques and creating a parallel conversation, that leaves no room for Fuentes and his national populism. That's what he hopes for. And by the way, Elon says, forget Tucker. That's the guy I want to hang around with. That's the guy. That's the guy. I've seen somebody got to Nikki. Somebody got to him. He was on a couple of, was he on the Twin show? He came across like the nicest, most rational person you've ever seen in your life. Have you seen this one? This guy's good. He's really good. Meanwhile, nobody's talking about politics. We're not talking about America First. We're not talking about border. We're talking about this, again, this internecine battle. Now, you talk about soft power. Soft power, you marginalize someone not by defeating them in debate, but by making them invisible in arenas where influence is built. That's the way it should be done normally, but it's not being done right now. And here comes Musk. Elon Musk is the savior and the turd in the punch bowl. This guy doesn't give a damn. Remember when he came out? Remember when he was acting like a damn fool? I don't know if he was on ketamine or freaking out or on Adderall or drugs or blow or who knows? He had his kid on his shoulder every 5. Where's X? Psst, gone. Whatever happened to X? Remember that he had a kitchen sink he brought into the headquarters, a chainsaw. He was doing a melee, walking around with a hat. He was at the White House. I mean, he was like on a meth binge and then gone, just gone. And Trump's like this. Okay, well, whatever. Now, while Elon hasn't gone on the offensive against Nikki in the same way that, Candy or Milo or whatever has, his mere presence in the MAGA conversation is a threat. You see, Elon commands headlines. He dominates the Discord on X. He owns it. He shifts the focus from small room nationalism that our good friend Nikki the F, Nikki the Crow, remember Caramont? He thrives in this to this broader techno-libertarian vision of America. I don't know what. In 1 minute he's talking about this, and he's talking about SpaceX and AI and who knows. And the more that Musk talks about reshaping the GOP, the less space there is for Nick and his brand of tight border, ethno-nationalist, whatever. Now, in a weird way, Musk doesn't have to attack Fuentes directly. He erases him. Well, he would like to think so, by reframing the conversation around his own celebrity and all this stuff. But that may or may not be true. You see, this is about knowing the utility of a common enemy. Here's the deeper play. Even though the aforementioned, Candace and Tucker and Musk and all this, have their own rivalries and their own power structures. Meanwhile, there's Charlie Kirk. Hey, I'm Charlie Kirk. Hey, I'm Charlie Kirk. Charlie, it's over. Want to go to a college? No, Charlie. Want to sit on a table? You know who started that first who was it? Crowder. Remember that where he said, ask me where I'm wrong? Remember that when he set up the card table? He did that. It was great. And the other ones are still hanging in there. Dinesh D'Souza, bless his heart, he's still in there. Dinesh is not losing his mind, but Dinesh has to pump that game up a little bit if he's going to be competing. And remember, the granddaddy, Alex Jones, he's sitting back. He says, I made this all possible. I was the first. I was the one. He was the first. It was Elmer Gantry meets Facing the Crowd meets Gallagher, the comedian, to Gigi Allen. I mean, wild, brilliant, informed bombast, and a dastard to some. See, all these people benefit from having a shared punching bag. See, that's where Nick loves that. He loves this extreme positioning. He gives them a convenient, other to define, themselves. Well, that's him. But to Elon, he's the Luddite nationalist who doesn't understand global tech realities. This is what they're making Nick out to be. To Candace, he's the PR disaster that proves, see, I'm not so bad. She compares herself to Fuentes by saying, I'm Gene Kirkpatrick compared to this guy. And then there's Milo again, who's trying to come back from something. I don't know what from, but he's just a fun little provocateur. He's the competition for the bad boy slot as well. And to Tucker, Nick is this distraction from serious populist economic conversation. He wants to lead. See, Tucker wants to be everything. Tucker's really the kid in the bow tie with the pink pants and the Nantucket look and the docksiders and the loafers without socks and the blazer and the what time is it, Mom? Thurston Howell meets, I don't know what. No, got to figure that one out. That would be good. Do the math. Tucker is Thurston Howell meets somebody. This is the most beautiful thing in the world. And I just want you to understand something. And I hope you do. This is so fascinating. Don't pay attention by incrementally saying, I like Candace. I don't know why you do that. I don't like any of these people. I don't know them. They might be great. I don't like them. Doodlewob says, politics aside is the most talented speaker I've seen. Politics aside is the most talented speaker I've seen in my life. Who? Politics aside, who is the most talented? I like that. Thurston Howell meets Gilligan. Very funny. Oh, Nick, thank you. Oh no. Nick is just speaking. No, he's got a delivery style, a raw, absolute talent. It's his own. Nobody's like that. Nobody. Nobody. What he's got to do is he's got to watch these stupid things. Don't say things about black people and Jews like this. Don't. Why? Why? You got to know how to play this because they're looking to burn you. Don't die on that hill. Pick the hill you want to die on, but make sure that's not it. Let me explain something to you. Let me tell you what old Uncle Lenny's all about here. I've been through this. I've seen this. I've seen this. I've been a part of this. There was a time when people thought Rush Limbaugh was the wildest thing anybody's ever seen. And Rush Limbaugh, there was a time when Don Imus was considered a shock jock. Brasileira Mia says, this is New Scum X. When Speaker Little Man Johnson is standing in the unemployment line, he can thank Donald Taco J. Trump. Trump missed a simple deadline, something he has often done with his many failed businesses. We'll see about that. Thank you, Carla. Thank you for that. We'll see about that. I will tell you this, in a moment of honesty, and I'll always be honest with you, I don't think Trump's up to his same speed. I just don't. I think he's losing a little bit of his fastball. Somebody is not working on his message. He needs somebody to sit back. That Susie Wiles is one of the biggest phony balonies. Oh, she's going to be the one who keeps it. No, look where her allegiance is. Look at the Ballard Group. Look at all this stuff. Stop it. Stop it. You need somebody to sit there every day and to come in and tell the president, lose Bondi, lose this one, lose this one. Don't trust so-and-so. You're the boss. You're the boss. I have told you something. As long as you've known me, I've been telling you something since day one. What was it? Trump needed to have something where he sits back and he said, all right, let me do something right now. I want you to sit back. I want to have a thing that I put out every single day. It's your chance to speak, specifically to America. And you're going to do a 2-camera shot, maybe, nothing special, but still good. You're going to be here. You're going to be talking to me, camera over here. Okay, you got that? DJT needs you. That's right, Edie Crowley. Hey, you're back. Good for you, Edie. Absolutely. And I'm going to say, Mr. President, what is it that needs to be done? Focus this way. I want to see Donald Trump. I want to see Donald Trump. You don't have to speak. I want you to put out a conversation every day. It'll be your fireside chat. That's what he needs to do. And he needs to address the American people and specifically deal with what's going on. Let me tell you what's going to happen with Putin. Putin's going to tell him, Putin has been a gentleman the whole time. Putin is going to say, Donald, I don't know how many times I got to tell you this, but you keep pushing me. I'm not going to give up anything. I told you this. I'm not giving up nothing. I'm giving up nothing. I told you what I want. No NATO for Ukraine, which they haven't been. I want Ukraine to be nothing but a kind of a failed rump state. The 4 oblasts in Crimea, I'm not budging. And I want you to undo what you did in the Maidan Revolution. That's it. And denazify parts of Ukraine, the Azov Battalion and right sector. That's it. Now, I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to make it look to your folks like you talk me down. But I want this pissant Zelensky gone. And let me tell you something. Don't buy the green bananas. The first person that will off him will be a Ukrainian. Because what he's done, the conscription and the like. You notice how they're going to Russia? By the way, they're not going to do it. How about that ICC warrant? right? Remember the ICC, ICJ warrant? Putin's got a warrant on. You think Trump's going to let him be arrested? Hell no. Come on. I would sit there every day. I would say, Mr. President, what are we going to do about Israel? What are we going to do about AIPAC? What are we going to do, Mr. President? Thank God the American public is so damn stupid. They watch Fox News all day. They have no idea what's going on. They have no idea. Remember during World War II when people were saying, hey, there's this guy named Hitler. Hey, there's this guy named Hitler. And people would say, oh, no, there's this guy named Hitler. Don't worry about Hitler. We'll let France and Great Britain and Russia, we'll take. Remember that one? They knew. I know exactly what's happening. This is going to end up being an albatross. You're going to watch what happens. Watch when people secretly step away from AIPAC. AIPAC has enjoyed an anonymity. Not anymore. Not anymore. And there's another reason. Are you seeing what Tommy? Did you see Tommy Robinson with that stupid? Did you ever see that trigonometry show? You've got the one dude who's the main talker, then the other one who looks like he just had half of his parietal lobe scooped out with a spork. Tommy Robinson's fantastic. See, this is a whole nother world. This is a group of people who are saying we have a group of people right now who are saying we like white European America. Did you see that one? Did you see what's going on with you? I mentioned this on WABC today. By the way, I want you to watch that. They've got sororities, white sororities, lily white, blonde-haired, blue-eyed. They look like miniature Mrs. L's, dancing and prancing around and doing their stuff with their dancing and their sis boom bon, all that stuff. White, lily white. It looks like Petticoat Junction. And the twerking group, the Jasmine Crockett's, they're fit to be tied. They said, you can't do it. They go, the hell we can. Why? Because they're not 300 pounds with their ass hanging out, twerking in yoga pants with a bonnet, raising all kinds of hell at a Chipotle, pursuing this thing, which is more and more being called black fatigue. And you can pretend it doesn't exist all you want. You can pretend, and you can hear it among the black community by this certain insurgent of people, albeit a minority of folks, who are getting all the attention by acting like goddamn fools on everything. How about Carnival Cruise? Carnival Cruise Line said, that's it. No more you. No more party drink packages. No more. Sorry. No more twerking. You're acting like fools. You're ruining this for us. You're acting like animals. You got that? We're not going to do this anymore. You're getting drunk and ridiculous. Stop it. You can't do this. The hell we can. We're losing money because of you. They're talking about it left and right. You're going to hear this on Fox News? No. I talk to you about one thing and one thing only. What's real? I need those likes up. I need those likes up to 700. Do me a favor. Stop what you're doing. Just back up. Hit that like button. I know it sounds, that's all I'm asking. Hit that like button. By the way, we hit our 300,000 plus thanks to you. We did it. We're moving slowly. Oh, they're keeping me down like you cannot believe. It's always been the story of my life. Because nobody knows where to, I don't fit in. I'm with you until you do something stupid. Then I'll say, that's enough. I'm sorry. I am who I am. And I love this country, and I love this place, and I love telling you the way it is. I love keeping it real, as Al Sharpton would say. I love keeping it real. This is so huge. So let me tell you something. Dismiss him at your own peril. Nick Fuentes, for the first time, is making people say, you know what? There is a whole group of people. You got Nick Fuentes over there. You got the Judge Napolitano people over there. You've got a bunch of very smart and brave Jewish folks, not Israelis, but Jewish folks who are anti-Zionist. Max Blumenthal, Aaron Montes, Katie Halper. Go down the list. That white comedian dude and others who are even Junk Yogurt and Anna Kasparian, who just can't. She just cannot do it. She is not ready for prime time. She tried her best. And then there's, Abby Martin, who does a good job, but she acts like she's the first one to discover, the horrors of Palestine. That's okay. I understand it. But it's going on. It is a movement. Did you see the Sydney Bridge? 300,000 people. It's protesting. I would say, Mr. President, what are you doing? What do you think this is? Do you think that this is the Gutfeld show? You better do something. They're gonna bring you down when Bibi Netanyahu, because remember, he is fighting against his own indictment and the like. Don't let him take you down. This is not about Jews, it's about practicality and about realism and being real. Do I make myself clear, sir? Do I make myself clear? If you don't like it, fine. Now you've got to go in and you've got to reacquaint yourself with what did you do? Number one, remember what you said. Drain the swamp. Okay, that was a bit generic, but you know what I mean. Lock her up. God damn it. If you don't lock Hillary Clinton up for something, give her a speeding ticket, a parking ticket, a moving violation, I don't care what it is. We need a perp walk. And you tell Lily Munster to cut this out. Tulsi, hello, I'm Tulsi Gabbard. She's the Rula Lenska walking around saying, I'm so glamorous. And here's what, you're the DNI. You're not in charge of anything. You just kind of coordinate stuff. Stop telling people what you're going to do and make up your mind with Pam Bondi. We need an attorney general who doesn't sound 12 years old. Now, I don't know how to tell you this, but either you listen to me or you don't. What's it going to be? You're 210 days or so, and you've got to make up your mind. We need it. We need to get down to business. Okay? Now, one last word. Keep an eye on that JD Vance. You're not seeing JD a lot. JD's already making deals with Peter Thiel. He's thinking he's taking over. That's the guy. Palantir, Silicon Valley, Elon, those are the folks. This is not in any way emblematic or reflective of any other time in American history. All right, that's it. So, Carla, we thank you so much for your kindness and your love. Edie, thank you as well. And Double, whatever your name is, Double, I can't read this. Thank you for yours as well. Don't forget, follow Mrs. L. Where was Mrs. L yesterday? DC, Virginia, 2 days. Human trafficking conferences that she's leading. She's going to be talking to you about this. She's doing the fight up front and then personal. She's not like a bunch of these people sitting around saying, like they're in the African Violence Society Club. She's out there busting her hump, taking trains at 4 a.m, coming home late. I'm telling you the truth. Busting her up, meeting with people like you cannot believe. People of faith, different coalitions and folks who might not have had anything in common before, but who have one concomitant and dedicated commitment, and that's to protecting kids, stopping human predation, and modern-day slavery. That's what this is. It has nothing to do with Epstein and the stupid book and all that stuff. That's over with. Stop it. Stop it. Anyway, she's going to be talking to you about that. So subscribe to Lynn's Warriors, and also make sure you follow me on Lionel Legal. Oh, there's some great stuff there. And also, right now, I need another 300 likes. 300 likes. Why is this so difficult? Why can't you just like this? It's so simple. All you got to do is just say, like this. You don't have to pay any money. You just go like this. There's a like. That's it. Can you do that? Can you do that? I don't understand. I don't know. Do it. What is there to do? I don't understand this. Is it taxing for you? I'm busting my hump. I've been talking for an hour. An hour. Keeping you up to speed, entertaining the hell out of you. And all I ask is that you like this and you won't lift a finger. Literally, bruh. Come on, bruh. Literally, bruh. Push the damn like button. It's simple. There's nothing to this. I could do it again. Okay, Toby. Like it. I don't understand this. I don't. It's like people who don't answer text messages. Oh, yeah, I didn't see it. I'm slammed. All right, my friends. Don't forget why we're here. Why are we here? It's Trump. It's not about Nick Fuentes or Milo or Candace Owens or Elon. It's about this guy. This is the one. And sometimes I swear to God, I want to say, what are you doing? What are you doing? But then again, I'll take him at his worst than anybody else. Okay? He's who brought us to the dance, and we're going home with him. You got what I'm saying? Never turn your back on him. Never turn your back on him. He's not going anywhere, okay? What he's doing in D.C. is beautiful. Oh, did you see that Nick up to that Muriel Bowser and that Jadrul? Did you see this idiot? Did you see this trio? They're standing over this. I'm the first black. Who cares? Are you any good as a chief of police? Well, I don't know about that. She didn't know what chain of command meant. She didn't know what chain of command meant. Commandment. Think about it. Dear God, what's going on here? And Tish James, you're next, honey. Oh, yeah. Tish James. Nobody is above the law. We'll see about that. Okay, Big T, we'll see about that. All right, my friends. Listen, you have a great and glorious day. Make sure you subscribe to Lionel Nation. Subscribe. Thank you we're moving slowly. We're 300,000. Only taking about 12 years? Jesus. I'm not stopping. I'm just getting started. All right? And one more time, look at this. I said like this. People are still like, I'm not really sure yet. All right, my friends. Have a great and glorious day. Stay tuned. We'll see you later. Thank you so much. Enjoy the day. Enjoy this freedom. Don't forget, it's about him. It's about Donald Trump. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's not about Nikki. It's not about any of these people. It's about the man, DJT. 45 and 47. All right, dear friends. Have a great and glorious day. Don't ever change to me that sincerely. And until we meet again, remember, as we always say, the monkey's dead. Show's over, sue ya. Dad.